it's amazing. It's the gift that keeps on giving for attackers, right? Like this is decades old malware technique. We've been seeing this problem coming for years. As researchers from both an offensive and defensive perspective, we know that the client side is the last place that vulnerabilities are going to die. Mm-hmm. And the attack surface is just constantly changing. So yes, the short answer is malicious macros are most certainly a common attack vector. I think they will continue to be a common attack vector. A lot of security guys will, right off the bat say that you should just disable any kind of active content, like JavaScript and PDF, disabling Java in the browser, disabling macros for documents. And while that may be, it's an excellent advice for environments where that's plausible, for the vast majority of enterprise environments, I'd venture to say that's just not feasible. And it's a complicated area. We focus not just static signature detection and writing, but we lean on machine learning or signature list capabilities, detecting malicious macros and malicious active content in documents. And I'll tell you, there's some legitimate documents out there, especially in the spreadsheet world, that look pretty bad. Like, how do you tell the difference between a corporate required spreadsheet, which has a macro that's actually pulling, local executable from like a UNC share, and it's valid, but from my perspective, it looks very malicious.
Yeah, it does.
So drawing the line in the sand between what's bad and what's good, whether you're looking at it from statically or dynamically, it's hard to do from a vendor perspective.
Yeah, and that seems like that's something that's going to have to be sort of dealt internally with enterprises in general, that saying like, maybe find another way to generate that report without having that macro.
Or there's option of having signed macros, or you can have some form of watermark that that can be used to like whitelist. There's certainly ways of methods of sidestepping the issue, or making life a little bit easier from the detection realm. The other thing you have is that the game is constantly changing. On the one hand, like this year, Microsoft, for example, has introduced new instrumentation capabilities for AV providers, so that you can actually see inside macro execution. This allows AV vendors who have like a local desktop agent to do things like bypass any kind of like obfuscation. There's a myriad of ways where attackers can piece strings together. But in the end, what Microsoft is doing is providing a runtime layer that will show you the actual string that's being executed, for example. So, how nice, what a gift from Microsoft on that one front for defenders. But on the other hand, they just added JavaScript to Excel. Right. So it's a constantly changing dynamic attack surface, and new things are discovered every day.